5-minute halves. We're keeping the clock here on the scoreboard, but it won't be official. The ref will be keeping the official time. CJFC will start with the ball. Zach Teeter up top for the Bulldogs. All right, the whistle gets us underway. Teeter plays it back to McGuire. McGuire back to Perkins. Perkins does the overlap. Keller gives it back to him. Perkins to the middle of the field to Aiden, we're going to say Gajhan. Good through ball to Teeter. Teeter chases, gets to the corner. He's still in control as Kauk and Schumacher come to the near post, knocked out of bounds, and ruled a goal kick. Carthage sends it up the field, playing it on the right side. Falcon comes over. Deflected off of Falcon. McGuire's there to control it. Over to Falcon, tries to send it down the line, out of bounds, and throw in for Carthage. Teeter presses. Carthage sends it into the top of the box. Falk's there to get a touch. Carthage to the top, still in control. Falk's there to retrieve it and send it upfield. Kauk on pressure. Good turn by the Carthage player. Schumacher steps in and steals. Gives a through ball to Teeter. Teeter chases. Is able to get to the position. Sends it wide for Kauk. Kauk to the middle. Gets all the way through to Keller. Keller into the box. Cuts it back, and Carthage is able to clear. Perkins retrieves it. Good steal by Carthage. Sends it upfield. Everyone forward except for Morehouse. Morehouse there to challenge. Ball sent high into the air. Offside on Carthage. And the Bulldogs will get a free kick. Bulldogs had everyone committed forward except for Morehouse. Morehouse did a good job of pressuring the ball and turned into nothing. Okay, reset, playing out of the back. McGuire sends it back to Falk on the right side. Falk carries, back to McGuire. McGuire tries to drop for Morehouse, stolen by Carthage at the top of the box. Into the center of the field, Schumacher and Falcon there on ball. Schumacher comes to challenge as Carthage taps it wide and plays it back to the back line. Sent into the middle of the field. McGuire pressuring ball, steps in. Carthage gets through. Falk's there to knock it away. Morehouse clears, and Kauk is on the ball. Kauk has some room to run on the right side, going down the line. Looks to 1-2 it to Schumacher. Schumacher can't control it, stolen away by Carthage. Carthage working back into the middle of the field. Perkins steps up. Perkins challenges. Carthage is able to get to the sideline. Sent into the box. Falk pokes it away, and Gaughan's there. Schumacher draws the foul and free kick for the Bulldogs. Miller comes up out of the goal to take the free kick into the middle of the field. First touch by Carthage. Fight for possession. Carthage settles it. Aiden Gaughan steps in and steals, but back to Carthage. Falk over to Morehouse. Morehouse defending on ball. Kauk comes down to help. Through ball, Falk steps in and steals. And knocked out of bounds. throw in for Carthage. Nobody's there for the throw in, goes out of bounds. And we'll set up a corner kick. Carthage with their first corner kick of the game. Sent all the way across the top. Perkins is there. Pokes it to the middle of Schumacher. He pokes wide to Gone. Gone mistouches with his left, out of bounds, throw in for Carthage. Carthage inbounds to the back line. Schumacher comes up to challenge. Schumacher chasing. Carthage sends it all the way across the field. Morehouse is there. Morehouse trying to play it off the bounce. Falk pokes it up to Morehouse. Morehouse sends it through to Teeter. Teeter outrunning. He gets there first. Loses his footing. And looks like he's okay, just frustrated, and Carthage has the ball back. Sent to the middle. Falk steps up to pressure. McGuire comes back into the play. Some room in the middle for Carthage to operate. Keller steps up on ball. Carthage sends it wide as Perkins challenges. Perkins steps through and gets called for the foul. That'll be a free kick for Carthage. Carthage plays it all the way into the box, and Miller's there to retrieve it. That was a direct kick for Carthage. Miller plays it into the middle to McGuire. Over to Falk on the side to Morehouse. Morehouse pokes it to the middle of Schumacher, just a little off target. Carthage is able to win it. Schumacher challenging on ball. Good turn by Carthage. Gets into the middle. Falk's there to knock it away. Back to Carthage's possession. Morehouse is there to challenge. Ball into the box. Morehouse gets to it, cuts it back to Falk. Falk pokes it up into the out wide as Kalk challenges. Carthage sends it over. Keller's there, watches it go out to get the throw in for CJ. And sub coming in the game for the Bulldogs. Parker subbing in for Teeter up top. Shea Perkins over on the sideline on the left to make the throw in for the Bulldogs. Perkins throws it up ahead for Parker to chase. Schumacher's there also. Parker's there first to touch. Schumacher in the middle. Tries to send it across the field to Kalk. Stolen away by Carthage. Kalk will stay pressuring on ball. Parker comes in. Kalk steals. And the foul is called on the Bulldogs. Direct kick for Carthage. Ball sent into the middle of the field. Gone's there to receive it and send it over to McGuire. McGuire to Keller. Keller keeps it in and drops it back to Perkins. Perkins tries to fancy it through, but stolen away by Carthage. Down to the top of the box. Falcon is able to get to the ball. Sends it down the line back to Keller. Keller receives and patiently drops to Falcon. Falcon carries with some time. Into the middle with McGuire, man on. Gets it up to Keller. Keller, good feet. Back to Falcon. Falcon has a guy on him, quickly sends it over to Perkins. Perkins into the middle. 50-50 ball. McGuire heads it down into possession, gets it up to Keller. Keller's out running on the left side. He's able to keep it in. Carthage, good job running over and getting position. And still in the corner, still in play. Fight for the ball. And foul called on Keller. Keller, good job trying to fight for position, but gets called for the push. And Carthage will get the free kick. Sent down the line. Aiden Gaughan's there to pressure. Dropped into the middle. Heavy touch. Parker gets it over to Keller. Keller looking into the middle. Sends it to Parker. Parker claws it back and over to McGuire. McGuire steps in. Gets to the top of the box. Stolen away by Carthage. And sent back to the middle, all the way up to midfield. Bulldogs trying to retreat. Falcon coming through ball. Looked like he might have been off. Gets to the top of the box. Takes the shot off target. And that was a serious threat for Carthage Soccer Academy. Yeah, he was definitely offside on that. But no harm, no foul. And the Bulldogs will get the free kick. Audio test. Okay, I got the audio back. Sorry, guys, lost the audio there. I'm not sure how long it's been gone. Back into the middle of the field for McGuire. McGuire through ball. Teeter challenges. Forces him to play it. Keeps it in. Good job by Teeter getting there. And Carthage just decides to send it out for a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Perkins taking the corner kick. Low driving ball into the middle. Teeter retreats. Carthage is able to clear it. Josh Brown in the game heads it back into traffic. Morehouse is there, pokes it forward. Carthage tries to settle, goes past, and out of bounds. I believe that will be Carthage throw-in. No score here in the first half. 20 minutes gone. McGuire comes in and gets a touch on the ball. Hard tackle, no call. Kauk gets position. Kauk over to Perkins, back to Kauk. Kauk tries to send it through to Morehouse, but McGuire deflected. To the top of the box. Shot taken harmlessly off target and will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Another ball in play. "45-minute halves here in this Lake County Soccer League. Miller plays it up to Kauk. Kauk receives it, tries to send it over to Keller, but missed touch and Carthage steals. Ball into the middle, Falcon and Brown there to pressure the ball. Shot gets deflected away, and it will be a corner for Carthage. I can't quite get to that corner. The building cuts off my view, but that corner kick will be for Carthage. Carthage sends it in, up to the top. Gaughan's there to head it away. Parker to the ball. Knocked out of bounds. Carthage maintains possession. Parker challenges. Gaughan gets there, keeps it in on the line. Gets back, drops it to Parker. Stolen away by Carthage. Parker fight forward up to Gaughan. Carthage with possession. McGuire on ball defending. Good job by Aiden stepping in and clearing it away. That will be another corner kick for Carthage. Third corner kick of the game for Carthage. Ball sent in. McGuire's able to head it away. And Kauk clears. Oh, Teeter wore that right off the face. Looked like it got him in the nose. Ref's going to blow the whistle to check on him. He's going to shake it off, and Carthage will take a throw in. Cut back to the middle of the field. Kauk steps in. Cruz Bourne gets the steal. Sends it forward to Keller. Keller trying to work through. Carthage is able to steal in the middle. Played into the middle for Falcon to defend. Good positioning by Hunter Falcon there, and drop for Carthage. Shot deflected. Falcon's there. Ball sent high into the air. Brown comes over and is able to outlet it to Keller. Keller into the middle for Kauk. Kauk back over to Keller on the side. Carthage steals. Keller's able to get back into position. Bourne back to the ball, gets the steal up to Kauk. Carthage back in possession in the middle. Gone steps in and deflects. Back to Carthage. Brown on ball. Carthage makes the turn at the top. Gets to the top of the box and shoots and scores. That's a goal. Take a look back at that. Just couldn't get in front of him. And good shot for the finish to the near post. All right, the Bulldogs will reset. 1-0 the score, just under 22 minutes left in the first half. And we're back in play. Drop back to McGuire. McGuire wide to Keller. Keller back to Kauk in the middle. Kauk to McGuire. Stolen away by Carthage. Kauk steps back in and gets the steal. Carthage with a good through ball. Miller gets caught. Carthage gets all the way into the box and finishes for the goal. Miller just got caught in between there, and Carthage was able to let that go all the way down to the 8-yard marker and put it in. Goals often come in bunches, and that's the second goal in about a 2-minute span there for the Carthage Soccer Academy, now with a 2-0 lead. Bulldogs back into play. Keller in the middle, over to Schumacher. Schumacher drops to Falcon. Falcon back to Schumacher with some room. Schumacher pokes it over to Perkins. Perkins back to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to touch to Jamie, but mistouches, and Carthage steals. Back to the middle. Carthage loose in the middle. Kauk steps back and gets a touch. Carthage sends it back to the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher has some room, drops to Perkins. Perkins drives through to Teeter, headed away by Carthage, but Teeter's still on it. Teeter fight for the ball into the box. He gets the shot, and good save by Carthage, as Teeter got a good look at goal. Back to live action in the middle of the field. Fight for possession. Carthage sends it down the right side. Perkins chases back, gets into position. And he keeps it in, sends it forward to Schumacher. Schumacher heads it up. Carthage gets the steal and back to the middle of the field. Jamie knees it forward. Carthage sends high in the air. Falcon pressuring on ball. A little heavy on the pass, but Carthage makes it work out and gets to the top of the box again. Sends it one more and finishes for the goal. Three nothing now the score for Carthage Soccer Academy. I'm sorry, I had that wrong. That was an offside call. Just saw that the ref had her hand up. It was a delayed call. I was waiting to see what she was calling, but it was an offside, so it's still 2-0. Carthage back into the box, though, quickly. Miller with the save. And Falk is able to clear it to the middle of the field for Kauk. Kauk possesses over to McGuire. McGuire cuts it over to Jamie on the left side. Jamie pokes through. McGuire will chase. And slide tackle by Carthage will result in a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Morehouse comes over to take the throw-in for the Bulldogs. Challenge for the ball. Carthage knocks it away. Morehouse again gets it in, this time to McGuire. McGuire gets position, or fights for position. Carthage is able to get to it. Schumacher challenges back. Falk taps it back into the middle. McGuire gets a touch. McGuire gets position. Ruled a clean tackle by Carthage. And play on. Keller positions on the ball and gets the steal over to Boren. Boren to the middle to McGuire with some room. McGuire drops to Falk. Back to McGuire. McGuire this time turns and sends it forward. Perkins now playing up top. Perkins looks to carry it to the left. He's out in front. Perkins still on ball, getting fouled. Stays in possession, gives it back to Morehouse. Morehouse back to Perkins, deflected away by Carthage. Sent to the middle of the field. McGuire's there. McGuire receives it, quickly sends it over to Keller on the right side of the box. Keller looking for position. Carthage knocks it away, and corner kick for the Bulldogs. I believe that's Perkins over there taking the corner kick. No, it's Kauk. Kauk takes the corner. And off the top of the goal. Subs coming in the game for Carthage. Or one sub in the game. And Carthage will get the goal kick. Score is 2-0. Thought it was 3-0, but ruled offside on that last goal. Teeter challenges as Carthage tries to play it out of the box. Stolen by Keller on the right side. Keller tries to drop, deflected away by Carthage, and it will be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Aiden Gaughan coming back in the game as McGuire subs out. Throw-in to Schumacher. Schumacher with his shoulder tries to get position. Carthage has some space and sends it forward. Falk on ball defending. Carthage gets it down to the corner. Falk's able to get back into position. And Carthage drops. To the top of the box, Schumacher challenges, shot, and goes wide. And that'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Miller sets it up to take the goal kick. Looks up the left side for Perkins. Perkins tries to get position but can't get to it, and throw in for Carthage. Schumacher heads it forward to Kauk. Back to the middle of the field. Carthage takes possession. Kauk challenges on ball. Carthage in possession. Falcon on the ball. And Carthage drops and stolen by Perkins. Stolen back by Carthage. Carthage in possession. Sends it into the box. Miller's there to receive it. And he'll punt it away. Big punt all the way past midfield. Perkins and Gone chase. Gone's there. Pokes it forward to Perkins. And Carthage is able to clear. Looked like that could have been a more serious threat, but Carthage did a good job of clearing it away. Carthage out on the run. Falcon is able to get back on ball. Makes the steal, and Falcon draws the foul. Carthage fouled him on it, so free kick for the Bulldogs. Morehouse sets up to take the free kick. Low ball up to Gone. Good job getting up there to receive it over to Schumacher. Schumacher in the middle of the field gets it into the middle for Kauk. Kauk carries wide. Good touch by Kauk to maintain possession and drops back to Morehouse. Morehouse looks, gives it back to Kauk. Kauk tries to send it through, deflected away by Carthage. Now with some space in the middle. Gets it all the way up to the box, takes the shot wide, and scores. Falcon tried to get there, jumped to block it, but just perfect far post shot for the goal. 3-0 is now the score. 11 minutes left to play here in the first half. Reset play. Kauk back to Teeter. Over to Kauk. Up to Parker on the right side. Carthage steals. Schumacher's able to poke it away to Kauk. Kauk sends it wide to Parker. Parker keeps it in. Back to Kauk. Kauk carries forward. Tries to poke it forward to Keller. Keller's there. Carthage does a good job getting position and is able to clear it. Ball's bouncing funny on the turf as Carthage gets to it. Morehouse on ball. Gone comes over to help pressure, pokes it forward, and Carthage clears it high into the air away. All the way over to Schumacher to head forward to Morehouse. Morehouse pokes it up, but Carthage is there to receive. Perkins challenges and is able to win the throw-in. Perkins into the middle. Keller gets to it, drops it back to Perkins. Perkins again to the top of the box. Kauk and Parker chase, but the goalie gets there first. Ball high into the air. Schumacher can't get a touch. And Carthage turns with a lot of room again in the middle. Through ball, too heavy, and Miller's there to receive it. Sent wide to Morehouse. Morehouse heavy touch and can't keep it in. Throw in for Carthage. Throw and drop back to the Carthage player 22. Gone does a good job challenging. Carthage has to send it across. Parker challenging on ball. Good through ball. Falk on ball, pressuring. Carthage is able to turn and get into the box. Oh, got too close. And Miller's able to get the ball harmlessly away. Up to Gone in the middle. Gone tries to send it wide, but off target to Morehouse and out of bounds for a throw in for Carthage. McGuire checking back in the game for the Bulldogs as Kaup gets a break. Carthage throws it in and receives it. Schumacher there on the ball. Gets it to McGuire. McGuire forward to Perkins. Carthage does a good job eliminating the threat. Teeter steps up. Falk gets to the ball, sends it wide to McGuire. McGuire controls it. Sends it down the line. Carthage steps in and makes the steal. Back to McGuire, though, who gives it forward to Parker. This time Carthage is able to just clear it away. And it will be a throw in for the Bulldogs. Teeter comes down to take the throw in. Across to Keller. Keller heads it into the box. Perkins is there. Carthage is able to clear. Morehouse comes up to challenge. Gone retreats to get back to the ball. Carthage into the middle. Good poke over the defender. Carthage possessing at the top. Falcon pressuring on ball. Shot deflected off Falcon and saved by Miller. Miller punts it away. Perkins is there to challenge. Deflected off of Carthage. Carthage out of bounds and throw in for the Bulldogs. Perkins with a quick throw in up to the top for Keller. Carthage is able to get back and clear it. Perkins gets back to the ball and gets called for the foul. Free kick for Carthage Soccer Academy. Carthage plays it forward. Falcon trying to get back into position. Morehouse heads it forward into the middle. Carthage steals. Schumacher comes back and deflects it away. McGuire is able to clear. Carthage back in possession in the middle of the field. Parker steps in, Teeter steps in, and foul called on Teeter. Free kick for Carthage. Carthage setting up a free kick. McGuire and Keller on the wall. Sent to the top. Morehouse clears. And as McGuire steps in, he gets fouled. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Just under 5 minutes to play here in this first half. Carthage leading CJ 3-0. Teeter takes the free kick to the middle. Carthage steals. Teeter pressures and wins the ball to McGuire. Teeter back to McGuire in the middle. Carthage pokes it away from behind. With some room at the top, Falcon has to clear away and throw in for Carthage. Carthage plays it back. All the way to the back line. Sent back in the middle. Teeter challenges. And Falk challenges and draws the foul. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Teeter takes the kick. Spinning ball all the way up to Perkins. Perkins receives it down with his chest, pops it high into the air. Carthage first to touch. Parker sends it down with his head, but Carthage is able to clear. Back into the middle of the field. Carthage pops high into the air. Morehouse is there to receive it. Morehouse carries it wide to the left. Sends it forward to Gahn. Gahn, nice touch. Gets it up to Schumacher. Schumacher back to Gahn in the middle. Gahn tries to make the run. Parker steps in, pokes it forward to Keller. Keller fights for the ball and gets it. Oh, loses it as Carthage is able to step in and turn. Sent all the way up again by Carthage. Falcon challenges on the ball. Carthage sends it to the top right corner of the box. Morehouse is there working for position. Carthage gets to the end line, all the way in to the top of the 8-yard marker and score for Carthage. Nobody stepping up to win that ball, and Carthage puts it in. All right, 4-0 is now the score. 2 minutes left to play here in the first half. Perkins sends it back to Morehouse to reset play. Morehouse over to Keller on the left side. Keller receives and drops back to Morehouse. Morehouse back to Keller. Off target, out of bounds, and throw in for Carthage. Carthage plays it into the middle. Perkins challenges back. Sent all the way into the box. Miller steps up and is able to receive it. Miller into the middle for McGuire with some room. McGuire tries to send it wide to Kauk. Gets there. Kauk one touches to Perkins. Perkins, good job getting position. Perkins into the box. And Perkins went down hard, but no call on the play. Schumacher challenging on ball. Carthage is able to maintain possession. Down the line. Boren working for position, gets the touch up to McGuire. McGuire to the middle of the field to Aiden. Stolen away by Carthage. Teeter steps in, working for position. Teeter wins position. Carthage steps in and gets the steal. Gahn gets called for the foul. And free kick for Carthage. Carthage sets up the free kick. Into trouble as Teeter comes over to pressure ball, and Teeter's able to knock it away. And that will do it for the first half. Carthage with a dominant first half, 4-0 the score. Miller had 4 saves in the first half. Let's take a look at some of our replays to recap the first half here. Give me a minute to get this set up. Okay, guys, we're back ready to start the second half. 45 minutes on the clock. Refs have taken the field. The players are almost ready. Shots on goal in the first half. Carthage had 11 shots, 6 on goal, resulted in 4 goals. CJFC had 3 shots, 1 on goal. Didn't get any to convert. Carthage 3 corner kicks in the first half. CJFC with 2. Here at the Lake Country Soccer Complex on the turf field, Cooper Family Complex, Field 1. This is the first game for both teams of the spring soccer season. You see 6 teams in this division. Jaguars has 2 teams, the 06 and the 07 team. And then 2 teams from Arkansas. I'm Brian Schumacher, bringing you the broadcast today. Addie Schumacher and Judah Schumacher in the booth with me, keeping track of stats. Carthage will kick off to start the second half. Bulldogs a little bit different look than how they started the first. All right, whistle blows, and we're ready to start the second. Teeter pressures the ball early. Carthage over on the right side. Teeter on ball. Into the middle. Perkins steals up to Teeter. Teeter trying to work through pressure. Drops it back, stolen away by Carthage in the middle. Carthage with some room, sends the through ball. And Miller's there, is able to receive it at the top of the box. Miller punts it away. Into the middle for Perkins to steal. Gets it over to Kauk. Kauk looks to turn. Looked like he might have been fouled, no call. Carthage with possession, good through ball, into trouble at the top of the box. Shot off the mark and goes wide for a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Another threat by Carthage. A little disconnected on that back line as the right side center back steps up. The left side center back needs to circle into a help position. Miller sends it to the middle. Perkins gets a touch. Perkins gets it up to Teeter. Teeter tries to send it wide. Carthage sends it all the way back to the top. Morehouse chases back into position. Ball sent up to the top. Schumacher's there. Clears it over to Kauk. Kauk sends it to the middle for Teeter. Teeter fighting for position. Gahn steps up. And Carthage is able to clear it back into the offensive third. And out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Boren throws it in. Back to Falk on the back line. Falk gets it through to Schumacher. Schumacher turns, gives it to Perkins. Perkins 1-2 back to Schumacher. Into the middle. Bulldogs still fighting for possession. Kauk sends it forward. Perkins chases. Perkins gets into position, gets it into the box, takes the shot, and deflected away by the goalkeeper. Good opportunity for the Bulldogs. Perkins gets in position. Great job getting positioned by Perkins, and then takes a really good shot on target. But for the save, but for the deflection, that would have been a goal. All right, corner kick for the Bulldogs. Can't see who it is. It looks like it's Perkins taking the corner. Sends it all the way across. Schumacher heads it down. Gahn comes over to challenge. Perkins gets back to the ball, into the box, over to Gahn on the top. Gahn drops it into the middle. Morehouse tries to send it in, deflected away by Carthage. Ball spinning up in the air. Still fight for possession. Left there for Perkins. Perkins, fancy feet, gets to the box, takes the shot. It's loose, and good save again by the goalie. Teeter was there to clean it up if he didn't keep that clean, but he was able to cover it and punts it away to the middle of the field. Falcon challenging on ball. Schumacher there to help. Ball sent forward. Bourne gets a touch right into the middle. Carthage sends it wide, but offside flag is up. And the Bulldogs will get a free kick. Good job by Falk stepping up, creating that offside for the Bulldogs. Much better start to the offensive side for the Bulldogs in this second half. Morehouse takes the free kick, low ball into the middle. Gahn tries to settle it, but goes underneath his foot. Stolen away by Carthage on the right side, into the middle. Sent wide to the top of the box. Schumacher challenges. Carthage stays on the ball, drops, and sends it back into the box. Morehouse is there, gets a touch. Falk gets to it and pokes it out to Gahn. Stolen away by Carthage, into the corner. Sent across to the top of the box. Miller's there to receive it. And he's going to push. He sees Perkins with a lot of room in front of him. Perkins carries. Teeter trying to hold the line. Perkins gets to the middle, has some room. Perkins gets all the way to the top of the box. He takes, good job by Carthage knocking it away right when Perkins was getting ready to take that shot. CJ retreats, gives Carthage some space. Sent down the line on the left. Morehouse comes, challenges, and gets the deflection. Over to Kauk. Kauk into the middle for Morehouse on the overlap. Morehouse running in the middle. He steps up. Carthage steps up to get the challenge. Morehouse over to Keller. Keller touches, gets position. Stolen away by Carthage. Back to Morehouse. Morehouse drops to Boren. Boren drops to Falk. A little light on the touch, though, and Carthage is able to step in. Boren back to the ball. Schumacher comes up to challenge. Into the middle. Falcon's there. Gets it to Falk, into Morehouse in the middle of the field. Morehouse over to Perkins with a lot of room again. Perkins gets through and gets the foul called on the challenge. Bulldogs get a free kick and will reset upfield. Looks like Perkins is going to come back to take it. Perkins sends the ball in. Loose at the top for Gahn. Gahn flicks it over to Kauk, but can't get there. And that will be a goal kick for Carthage. Let's look back at that last opportunity by Perkins. Perkins got to the top, looked like he was getting ready to take that shot, and Carthage just got a foot in there and was able to clear it away. All right, Carthage resets for the goal kick. Send into the middle of the field. All the way up. Carthage is the first to touch. Schumacher deflects on the pass. Gahn's there in the middle. Sends it forward to Schumacher with some room in front. Schumacher carries. loses the ball back to it. Schumacher back to the ball, gets into the box, loses it. Carthage clears. Kalk gets position, drops to Morehouse. Morehouse back into the middle for Perkins. Perkins receives, tries to turn, gets through. Perkins to the top. He cuts it back to the middle, gives it to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to turn back to Perkins. Gahn steps up, tries to send it over to Keller, but deflected. Schumacher back in the middle. Tries to send it through. Teeter fights for position, gets to the corner. Teeter to the edge, sends it back to the top. Perkins is there to receive it. Perkins finds some space, takes the shot, and goes wide. Another good opportunity for the Bulldogs in the box. Good cutback by Teeter. Perkins sets up, takes a good shot, just hooked it too much, and goes wide of the target. Goal kick for Carthage Soccer. Carthage takes the goal kick all the way up to midfield. Fight for the ball. McGuire steps in. Falk challenging on ball. Sent through into the box. And Falcon clears for the corner. "35 minutes left here in the second half. A lot of game left. Carthage takes the corner into the box. Nobody's there to receive it, and Kalk has some room to run on the backside. Kalk sends a through ball just too wide as Teeter was making the run, and the goalie's able to cover. Goalie throws it up to the middle. Kalk's there, pokes it forward to Perkins. Perkins tries to send it through. Looked like a handball. Keller over to the ball. Out to McGuire on the left side. McGuire can't control it. Out of bounds, throw in for the Carthage Soccer Academy. Some subs coming in the game for Carthage. Played in, stolen away by Teeter into the box. Teeter takes the shot. Good save. Back to Teeter. Another shot on goal. And goes over the target. Good opportunity by Teeter pressing off the throw-in. And that could have been a handball. Let's take a look back at that deflection. Looked like that may have hit the defender on the arm. Right? Nope, it was in his belly. It wasn't his hand. All right, so goal kick for Carthage. Another good opportunity for the Bulldogs. Carthage sends it back to the middle of the field. Schumacher's there to over his head. McGuire's on the backside, receives it back to Schumacher in the middle. Schumacher can't control it, and stolen away by Carthage. Sent up the line. Morehouse is there and clears. Throw in for Carthage. Ball quickly back into play into the corner for Carthage. Morehouse on ball. Good turn to the end line. Across the box. Bicycle kick goes wide. Really nice attempt there on the bicycle kick. On the back side. McGuire tried to head it, went over his head. And the result will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Miller sends it upfield to Keller. Keller receives it a little heavy, and Carthage steals. And out of bounds on the Bulldogs. Looked like Schumacher deflected that away. Carthage throws it in. Keller pressuring on ball. Down the line, Keller, good job. Body control, gets position, and out of bounds, throw in for the Bulldogs. Oh, they called a foul, so free kick rather than a throw in. McGuire sends it forward over everyone's head. Kauk is there to receive it. Kauk has some room out in front. He gets into the top of the box. Kauk's going to take that shot, gets pushed in the box, and we'll take a look back at that replay in a moment. Thought Kauk was going to get that call, but didn't. Perkins fights for position, heads it once and again. Carthage in the middle. Schumacher tries to step up. Carthage pushes back to the middle, and Gone gets a good shove on the side. And Perkins comes in and retaliates and gets the red card. All right, so we have 2 ejections, it looks like. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So both teams will be playing with 10. Carthage has a free kick in the middle. 2 fans are also being ejected. See if we can take a look back at the opportunity for Kauk that we thought might have been an opportunity for a PK here. He gets to the front, and it'd be tough to give that as a PK. The Carthage player got on the side. Looks like he got shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, I don't think that's a PK. I think that's the right call by the ref. All right, delaying the game as the ref's trying to get some people in the stands to clear the grounds before we resume. Always eventful here at the CJFC broadcast studio. All right, we are ready to resume. I'm going to restart the clock. I don't know for sure that she stopped the clock during that action, but free kick for Carthage. off the crossbar. Schumacher is able to clear it away, and Carthage holds possession. Sent across, gone with a good header, and will chase the ball. Gets into position. Good job getting back to his feet. Sends it into the middle, and Carthage is able to clear. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Morehouse comes over to take the throw in. Over to Jamie. Jamie touches it forward, but Carthage is there. Morehouse to the ball first and pokes it away. Throw in for Carthage. Illegal throw in by CSA. Bulldogs will get the throw in. Morehouse into the middle to Gone. Gone controls it over to Kauk. Kauk carries and gives it to McGuire on the left side. McGuire has some room, gets it to Keller on the left. Keller all the way into the 12-yard mark and gets it deflected away for a corner for the Bulldogs. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a throw-in. McGuire throws it in. And foul called on the Bulldogs will be a free kick for Carthage. Carthage sends it upfield. Jamie receives it with his chest up to Schumacher. Schumacher with some space gives it to Gone. Stolen away by Carthage in the middle. Brown steps up and gets a touch. Carthage back to the ball. Through ball. All the way to the left side. Challenge for the ball. Carthage gets back to the middle and will hold as Morehouse is on ball. Carthage getting to the end line, cuts it across. Nobody's there and goes all the way out of the box. Jamie comes back to pressure. McGuire covering. McGuire steps in and gets the steal. Back to the ball for Carthage. Good job keeping it in on the corner. And out of bounds will stay Carthage ball. Schumacher challenges the ball. Back to Carthage in the middle. Sent across. Gone comes up to challenge. Gets there. Offside is the call, it looks like. And the ref's going to address the ejected fans again. Huh? Oh, no. Okay. See if we can make a little audio adjustment here to help with the sound. Miller is going to be setting up for a free kick. Hey, ref. Hey, what All right, ball back in play. Keller receives it back to McGuire. McGuire up to Keller. Off target, out of bounds, and some subs ready to check in the game. Carthage will take the throw in. Carthage down the right side, sent to the top of the box. Miller's there to receive it. Miller punts it into the middle of the field. Kalk lets it bounce, tries to get position. Cleared away by Carthage. Carthage sends it down the right side. He's able to keep it in bounds. Folk pokes it away and out of bounds on the Bulldogs, throwing for Carthage. Carthage with the ball to the top corner of the box. Falcon there to challenge. Sent across as Schumacher picks him up. Ball cleared away, will stay Carthage ball. Schumacher pressuring on ball. Teeter comes in. Carthage trying to get to the end. Morehouse is able to shield and deflect it away. And Carthage with another throw-in. Ball sent in the middle. Falks is there. Trouble at the top of the box. Miller's there, gets the deflection, and it barely goes wide. And will result in a corner for Carthage. Good job by Miller getting that save, as he was the only man left on that opportunity. All right, Carthage is coming over to take the corner kick. All right, official scoreboard says, or score clock says 19 minutes left. So we're a little bit off as I stopped the clock during that time. I don't think they did. Sent in header over the goal. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. Miller takes the goal kick. Sends it all the way up to Kalk with some room. Kalk handles it, or controls it, I should say, over to Keller. Keller back to Parker. Parker tries to give it back to Keller, but wide of the target, and throw in for Carthage. Carthage is in the middle. Schumacher heads it forward to Kalk, back to Schumacher. Schumacher pokes it over to Kalk in the middle. Kalk is able to turn. Gets it wide to Boren. Boren has some room out in front. Gives it back to Gone. Gone 1-2 back to Boren on the side. Out of bounds. And throw in for Carthage. Gone is able to receive it, tries to send it through. Stolen away by Carthage. And out of bounds, throw in this time for the Bulldogs. Kauk throws it into Gone. Gone settles it high into the air to Schumacher. Schumacher leaves it for Kauk in the middle. Kauk has some room to run. Gets it up to Keller and gets fouled. And it'll be a free kick in the middle for the Bulldogs. Teeter's going to take it about 40 yards out. Teeter sends it to the top. Nobody's there, and the goalie's able to receive it. Quickly outlets to the left. Heavy touch by the Carthage player. He tries to keep it in. And does. Teeter comes down to challenge. Teeter deflects it. He chases to the ball. Can't see into that corner. Ball into the top of the box. Kauk gets it. Tries to give it to Teeter. Teeter tried to get it to Schumacher. Stolen away. Schumacher chases back. Ball sent all the way through. Falk is there. Falk controls it. Tries to touch it forward. Carthage steals. Boren chases back and gets position. Carthage sends over to the left. Sent to the top. Boren deflects. Falcon's able to settle it and clear it. Out of bounds. Throw in for Carthage. About 15 minutes left to play here in today's action. No goals here in the second half. Carthage put up 4 in the first. Throw in into the box. Bulldogs do a good job defending as Carthage goes all the way around. Parker clears, and that will result in a corner kick for Carthage. Carthage left-footed corner to 12 yards. Goes over everybody. Carthage gets there first on the backside and is able to reset. All the way across the field, Keller gets a touch into the middle. Gone's there. Gone receives it and back to Keller on the outside. Keller to the middle for Parker. Parker up to Kauk. Kauk tries to poke it through to Teeter and draws the foul. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Kauk sends it forward to Teeter. Carthage clears it high into the air. Teeter and Schumacher fight for the ball. Keller sends it forward, and the goalie steps up to receive it. Kauk comes in and takes the shot. And ball's loose. Good save by the goalie. Good effort play by Kauk. Seeing that opportunity. And it will result in a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Keller over to take the corner. Sends it in to the Carthage player, able to clear. Falcon comes up. Carthage carries over And Parker deflects it out for a throw-in for Carthage. Schumacher steals on the throw-in, pokes ahead, is able to keep it in, and can't keep control, out of bounds. Carthage throw-in. Push called on Carthage. And throw-in for the Bulldogs. Parker will take the free kick. Parker down the line. Carthage is first to touch. Keller comes on the challenge. Cow gets back. Gaughan's there on ball. Carthage sends it wide. Parker challenges. Carthage gets it into the middle. Falcons there to get the first touch. Can't control it. Back to Carthage. Looking to send it through. Gets into the box. And shot goes wide. And that will be a goal kick, I believe, for the Bulldogs. Good chance for Carthage to put another goal on the board, but good job by Miller stepping up and reducing the angle, able to get that wide of the goal. Miller resets into the middle. Teeter challenging on ball. Kauk steps in and steals. Kauk carrying middle. Plays it all the way back to Falk on the left side. Falk carries up. Sends it through to Kauk. And Kauk draws the foul. Free kick for Carthage. Free kick for the Bulldogs. McGuire sends it forward into the box. Carthage clears, and it will be another corner for the Bulldogs. Keller comes over to take the corner. Drops it to Parker. Fight for the ball. Carthage is able to steal it and sends it upfield. Falk steps up to challenge, but it goes over his head. Bulldogs in trouble as Carthage gets to the middle. Falcon challenging, gets to the top of the box, and Miller makes it look harmless as he's there to receive it. Ball back to the middle of the field for Kauk, over to Teeter. Teeter with an opportunity. Gets it into the box. Oh, good flick over the top. But Carthage goalie is able to get his claws up there and receive it. Carthage changing the field. Bourne's there to get the touch. Back to Carthage. Carthage sends it wide down the left side. Down the line as Falcon comes over to pressure. And out of bounds on the end line. That will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Miller takes the goal kick up to Gaughan. Gaughan, good feet. Is able to keep it in and drop it to Boren. Boren up to McGuire. McGuire turns, tries to send it through. Poked away by Carthage. Into the middle for Jamie. Jamie touches. Brown's there on ball. Falk comes back to challenge. I'm sorry, that's Parker back to challenge. Brown on ball, defending. Kauk to the ball. Parker, good job disconnecting him from the ball and makes the steal over to Brown. Brown puts it right back into the middle and Kauk clears. That'll be a corner kick for Carthage. Carthage with the left sends it into the box. 2 touches by Carthage, but goes harmlessly out of bounds and will result in a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Miller sends it upfield. Teeter touches with his head and tries to turn. Carthage is able to get to the ball. Through ball attempt. Brown's there to receive it. Brown dribbles wide, stolen away by Carthage. Elliott gets back to it. Now Brown on the ball. Brown fighting for position. Carthage steals all the way across the box and out of bounds. A goal kick for the Bulldogs. A little over 5 minutes to play here in the second half. Miller sends the ball to the middle of the field for McGuire. McGuire settles it over to Parker. Keller steps up and receives it, drops to Parker. Parker into the middle for McGuire, back to Keller. Off target and out of bounds. Carthage will do the throw-in. Headed high into the air by Parker. McGuire's there. McGuire heads it into the middle. Teeter steps in. Fight for the ball in the middle. Brown steps up and pokes it forward. Carthage enters it back in with some space. Boren's back. Boren into the middle for McGuire. McGuire one touches over to Morehouse. Morehouse back to McGuire. McGuire back to Teeter up ahead. Teeter's got some room. Gets pushed off the ball. And a straight red card for that heavy challenge. See, good connected passes. And a full-out shove there on the backside. Morehouse sets up for the free kick. Across the box, gets cleared away. Dominic Jamie tries to send it back in. McGuire heads it into the box. Carthage clears. Over to McGuire. Into the middle for Gone. Gone to Parker. To Teeter at the top. Teeter pokes it with the outside of his foot. And it goes wide. Corner kick is the result. Can't quite get over to that corner to see the corner kick, but get as close as I can, and we'll be able to see the action as it comes in. Ball sent across the box. Parker chases back to receive it. Into the middle for McGuire. Teeter gets to it. Peter takes the shot. Let's see where that goes. Oh, just flips it over top. Okay, so goal kick for Carthage. Carthage ready to reset play. Sent high into the middle of the field. Schumacher's there to receive it down, but Carthage steals. Schumacher stays on pressure. Up ahead as Kauk challenges back. Carthage with the through ball all the way down the line. Miller's able to step up into the box and receive it. Miller punts it high into the air. Chase for the ball. Carthage back on it. Brown steps in and makes the steal. And deflected out of bounds, throwing for Carthage. Carthage sends it to the middle of the field. Bourne's there to receive. Bourne sends it wide to Morehouse. Morehouse, good move, gets the turn. And out of bounds. We'll stay. Oh, that's the final whistle. So my clock was a little off. I stopped the clock when we had all that stoppage for the red cards, but I wasn't sure exactly what the time was. So we tried to correct it to get closer, but we were a little bit off. So that will do it for the game. Carthage Soccer Academy 4, CJFC 0. Three red cards given in the game, as well as 3 fan ejections. So always entertaining here at the CJFC soccer matches. Give you a second half recap here in just a minute.